When you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, I just got a text message during the break from Charlie C. And he said, you know, you've been doing this for 17 years and twice a year you give the same stories. You've given to us 34 times. Well, Charlie, this is the 35th time. When Reagan passed away, all the flags went to half-mast with the exception of France. And so China did the normal thing that they would do. They turned off the water and the electricity, and the next day the flag went down. Okay, Charlie, that's 35. I'll see you on 36. All right, this is the Dow Jones. I've already talked to you a little bit about that. We're going to show you here the crude oil's had a pretty good run here. We've been friendly crude oil. You can see today, beautiful 382 pullback, and I'm going to show you some of these 382 pullbacks because there were a bunch of them today, and especially in the NASDAQ. And I'll bring up the NASDAQ. So I believe you'll see it right here. There was your early morning sell-off right here at the open. Then the market rallied up, and then it pulled right back to the 382, and then away it goes. And it's it's up 400 points off the bottom. Right here, it was 200 points lower, so we had a 600-point swing in that one. But the big ones that were really going strong today were the gold and the silver, folks. We've been very friendly towards the gold and the silver since the gold made this Gartley pattern here back on the 5th at 11:55 in the morning. Remember, if you want to know what that was, just go Google it or use your chat GBT, and it'll tell you you had a Venus to one of the lunar aspects. And whenever you see Venus, that's a Fibonacci number, the Fibonacci planet, because it 255 days to go around 365, 1.618. Okay, that's what we had going here. Now we've had virtually only one 382 here. We had a $70 break. I know it's hard to say this, but that's only a $70 break, folks. Can you believe that? There's another one right here. We went from 77 down here. That was an $80 break right here, right at that 382, and we're still moving higher. It looks like we're going up to this level here at 52.13. Now, friends, this is not looking bearish. Let me tell you why. When you have this much of a break, and stop and think, that's only a 20% break off the high. So, it wasn't a disaster. Well, it was for some people, but, that's all it was. Go back and look at those old numbers from where we are. 20% off of 56,000 is 1,200, and that's 1,200 right there. So that's not much of a break. And then you had to move up, stopped right at 50%. Here's a Gartley. Tells us that we're probably getting ready to make this ABCD pattern right here. It just looks very, very good. I can't tell you there's 50. And then we get above that, who knows where it's going to go. I'm just looking at charts, folks. Anytime we break one of these, then you got a chance of something. We break the 382 on this one, which is 49.85 right there. If we break below that, that will change the trend. But until that, we're heading higher. All right, now let's take a look at the silver because it was just as exciting to trade. I'll bring this up here this morning. There's where we were. Now, there's last night. There was our goal today was to get it to 82,327. That was the number right here. There was our low right at the 382. The high was 83.47. Missed it by 8 cents. So now we're rolling it over by just a little bit here right now. So that's what we're trying to do here. Now you can see we have these huge swings like you have right here. That affects what the bounce is because people get oversold here and then then it starts to be overbought, and here's where we are. Anyway, silver and gold do not look bearish as of this point right now. Now, one of the things when you're trading and doing some of these things, if you listen to the news or watch it like you have Bloomberg on mute, and you'll see a thing flash up, and one of the things was that palm oil was being influenced by the fact that soybean oil was very strong. So what I did this morning, I said, well, I wonder what bean oil's doing. Haven't looked at that for a while. So I put up bean oil and I bring up this hourly chart. And by golly, there it is right there. I was watching bean oil and I said, holy cow. I said, this thing looks like it's making a 382 here. So all I did was I started following it up. There's your first one right here. It just didn't quite make it, so we want to see what the next one was. We'll put it in right here, and from that high up to this high, right? Oh, that's the wrong one. Larry, hold on a second. Put that one up right here. We went right to the 382 right there, and then we had another one right there, and then you can see that was a pretty good one early this morning, right about the open. You had a 382 right here, and away it went, and that was worth well over $700 with hardly any heat. It just exploded to the upside. I think if we did this on an 8-minute chart, you'd see it really a lot easier, and there's your answer right there. That's your 382 today. And then away it went. And it's also just completed an ABCD right here. My goodness, you had 2 trades in there. Looks like it's a perfect one, too. Soybean oil is really fun to trade because, all of them are fun, folks. If you just, the trouble is they don't always work. And that's the big problem. Some of them work, some of them don't. Like people have asked me, am I disappointed about the stock market? No. Well, yeah, a little bit, but because I put so many hours in it. And what I don't understand is why it's not working, because it's got every possible thing that I can see to make the market go down, but it doesn't want to go down. Now, since speaking of talking about that, let's just get up here and take a look at the Bitcoin. Okay, now look at Bitcoin, folks. All Bitcoin did overnight was make a 382 retracement here. Okay, the high that it's made right here. See that? That's nothing more than the 382 off of that high. This one right here. I'll show you. This is still going down, folks. Remember, the target on this is 52,000, and there's your 382 again. See, and this was the first 382. This darn thing. That's the bad thing about TradingView is they make it a little difficult. There's your 382 right here. There's your 382 off of that one right there. And so it still looks heavy. Right now it's up about 260 points. If we can get it to close above 73, might have some legs to get up here, but not much in legs as far as I can go by. This has not been violated. This is still in a cresting level, and it can make a new high and still won't, because you still have the three drive pattern here. So that's still working the right way. The long-term picture in the New York Stock Exchange Index is still working okay. The only one that's the maverick is the Dow Jones, and that's only 20 stocks. Well, there's 30 stocks in there, but there are 20 of them are triple digit, and those are the ones that make the market move. All right, so those are some of the ones that we're paying close attention to here this morning. Also the euro. If you remember the euro, we had the ABCD pattern here, the euro, and that told us that the Dow Jones, or that the dollar index was getting ready to sell off. That was 5 days ago. We just have this huge move here in the euro. There it is right there. You can see some 382s all the way through here. And we verified that right here on the air with you by looking at the dollar index, which was right here. And we brought it up to you and saying, look, well, we got to do the daily because that's 4 hour. I think it was 4 hours.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, this is the U.S. dollar index, and you can see we had yesterday, or on the 6th, Friday, we had a perfect 618 and a 50% retracement. Okay, so that's why we were watching that. And now we're having a pretty good pullback. Ordinarily, you would expect to see some support down here at this level right here, because this big one right here is a pretty big move, but we also completed it. And that means it could still be in a really good bearish market, folks, you see, because this rally was less than the other rally, which is one reason to think that it's weaker. And also it took less time to make that high. So that could be a very interesting one to, we're watching it. Now, the one I wanted to bring up to you now is the British pound. And all the news today was how the pound was losing. I don't know who was putting it up there. That's why I was laughing. It says the pound is getting hit rapidly because of the pounding the pound, because they were something about one of these guys. I can't do that right now. Son of a gun. Can't do that one. Okay, let me get this out of the way. All right, there's where we are right here. All I want to do on this is to double check to see if this was a 382, okay? And I haven't, because let's see, yep, there, it hit it twice, so that means we're about ready to have a little rally. That lines up with what the dollar was selling us, and also the euro. So we're just having a little bit of a rally here on this one right here. The main one I'm watching here, of course, is the stock indices, because it's I've got so many things up there that tells me that this should be it, but it may not be it, because, you know, well, let's take a look at the euro. It also started, had a beautiful ABCD here early this morning, and there it is right here. There was your high. There's your ABCD pattern, came in right there, right on the money, and boom, bang, bang. And how close did it come? Someone said it hit, it didn't even come close at all. What are they talking about? Someone said that hit it exactly, and that's not right. No, that's not even close. I don't know what. That's not even a 382 either. Let's see. So there's no reason to think that it's a long way from new highs. You know, if we look at this on the 4-hour, we probably just made a 786 today. Let's just double check that, see how close we were. Oh, that's what they were saying. It was close to a 786. It came within a few points of the 786, but this is where we are right now. It's a big deal, folks. It might not work, but this is how I got interested in astrology, because that was the one thing I was, being the Catholic boy that I was back in '86. It was something like this in '74. There were two of these in October and December. Okay, and I said, Dr. Miller, you can prove these are Fibonacci, then I'll look at it. Well, she gave me this, and I looked at 82. Oh, boy. Then I started saying this, and shortly thereafter, we had harmonic convergence, which was on August the 25th of 1987. That was the top of the market right before the big crash. The market went from 2,700 to 1,100, I believe, dropped 1,600 points. And that drop that we had on the 20th, the 19th and 20th of October was exactly 61% of the low from 1982 and 382 of the low from 1974. Shut the front door and raise the rent. Maybe these things really do work. That's why we're up against a whole lot of stuff up in here, folks. One of the things I do want to share with you is from one of my good friends and students. This is where we were back in '09. You can see the ABCD pattern here. As of Friday, folks, it was 1,618 days on Friday. Now, of course, it went higher on Sunday, so that broke that by a couple of days. But I thought that was rather funny. From the 5th of March of '09, it was 1,618 days. And I don't know if it means anything or not. Well, it's off 2 days, so I guess it doesn't mean anything. Okay, that's what we're paying attention to right now. Let's get up here and talk about a few more charts that I wanted to think are important. Another thing that's happening in the world is sports betting has become absolutely wacko here. You can see where we were way back in April. Here's where we are now in the billions. Folks, back in the 20s, during the late 20s, there's a thing called what was that called? It was the numbers game. And the numbers game was run by different, organized people, the Italians, the Greeks, all the others that were out there. And basically what it was, you pick three numbers and to pick it's 1,000 to 1, right? Well, guess what? They paid off at 200 to 1. Boy, that's a good deal, right? Whoo, you can take that bet all day long. The trouble is sometimes they would hit the numbers and they wouldn't pay off. But anyway, this is what's going on with all these things right now. Yesterday during the football game, folks, do you know there were 1,100 prop bets during the game? In other words, it's going to be a pass or it's going to be a run, and he's going to make 4 yards or 5 yards. I mean, there were so many of them. When I saw it, I said, "You've got to be kidding!" But that's what they're doing now, so we got to be ready. It's all numbers because they're watching those things go each time. Now, one of the premises that I've had looking at all these patterns here, is that these ABCD patterns are completing on a global scale. This is the Hong Kong one. Hong Kong was down pretty hard. It's trading at 25,000. This is not updated, but it's trading at about 25,000. The emerging market one, I think, is very interesting because, where did I keep it? I don't think I did. No, it's not in this one here. So, if you look at the newsletter, all those they're in there, so you'll be able to take a quick look at them, right? Okay, now let's get this out of the way here. Hold on one second here. And let's move on over and get out here. Someone asked a question about Tesla, and I'll bring that up here in just a second. I see that Google is borrowing $15 billion. Now, a company with that much money, I don't understand. And they have one bond that's 100 years, a 100-year bond. You don't have to worry about that one because if you're not going to be there to cash it. Okay, let's get up Tesla here, and we'll take a quick look at some of these stocks that are making the market move today. There's Tesla. I don't even know what Tesla's doing today, so we're going to find out right here. There's where we are, and it's up today. That's good. everything needs to be up, and having a nice rally here up to the 50% level. So that's a good thing for people that are long Tesla. All right, let's move on here. And one other question, Apple, we got a big report coming out from Apple. I think they've got lots of new products, and we're doing that. I don't do many stocks, but I have, there's where we are right there. Okay, well, it went up to the 786 and now it's off. It's backed off about $8 off the 786 up in here. So that's just a normal thing. There's nothing. It still looks pretty good. You know, it looks really good. All right. And then also NVIDIA is moving today. It got above 190 again. It's been above that. It's quite below the all-time high in that, but we'll move that out of the way. I've already covered the Bitcoin, so I don't have to. NVIDIA should be right there at the bottom of the show here. And we got up to 194. This is a pretty big move here for NVIDIA today, and it's causing the NASDAQ a big run because this is very heavily weighted. It's a $4 trillion stock, but that's what we're keeping an eye on, that one. And then finally, the one that's going crazy is Caterpillar. Made another new high today, folks. I always thought it was a construction company thing, but I guess it's related to AI. So Paula T will be back. Oh, boy, it's really going nuts today. No wonder the Dow is. Well, the Dow should be up a hell of a lot more if that's up that much. Boy, it must be getting hit if that's... All right, let's take a break. Paula T will be in the house.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey. Because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, I believe we have Paula T in the house. Paula, how are you doing?
Good. How are you, Larry?
Oh, just living the dream. How's this volatility holding up over there in Palm Springs?
Oh, my. Well, mostly everybody's asking me about gold.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, what's going on? Like, well, I don't know. What do you think's going on? So yeah. I keep telling them to call you because you have a little more experience in that than I do. But who knows? It could go to the moon. It's already over 5,000 again. So who knows, right? That's the beauty of being traders. We don't know.
20% pullback. I mean, that's just a normal pullback in a bull market, and silver stopped exactly at 618. That's why I said it looks bullish to me, and it's been up for several days. And today was an easy day because it made 2382 retracements, and away they went. So that's all I'm looking at. Keep it simple as possible and watch them run. Paula T, are you getting more calls from people that asking you about what do I do with all the volatility? You see even some of the stocks are just, unbelievable. You'll see them open 10, 20, 30 points higher or lower.
Yes, we are seeing an increase in calls from traders who are hesitating. And some of these are seasoned traders, and because we've never seen markets like this, or at least not in a long time. Okay, so they're hesitating and they're upset with themselves because they're hesitating, and so I could just kind of reassure them and say, hey, we're in uncharted waters here right now, with everything going on around the globe, not just with the markets, but it affects the markets. So we have to tread a little more lightly and not second guess yourself, but just really only put on valid trades you feel 100% about. And it may mean that your equity will grow a little slower, but it's going to be a lot safer in the long run. That's my opinion.
It's not how much money you make, it's how much money you don't lose.
Right.
It's hard to get it across, but that's the way it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And the other thing is too, a lot of traders are having trouble accumulating because they're feeling guilty. They're feeling guilty about making money just by pointing and clicking their mouse. So that's the other side.
Remember, Mark used to love those little trading cards, little positive things that he had. Do you still offer those?
No.
Those little positive things
we were going to. The problem is, Larry, it's really not cost effective for what we have to charge. Yeah. Just from the print costs. So it's kind of on the back burner. It's all ready to go, but I'm not going to spend. I would probably have to spend $25 just to print them, even if I'm making 1,000 sets. So that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's not functional. That's correct.
So I think what we're going to do is we're going to put something together more so in a PDF that we'll make available in the next month or so that people can buy, and then they can download it or leave it on their computer and use it whatever way they want. So we're looking into that, and that should happen in probably about another month or so.
Okay. What else
you're right, because
that's
those little flip cards were really beneficial. A lot of traders really like those flip cards.
Yeah, I know you had some real sad things happen to you. One of your friends, over the past 7, 8, 9 days. So that's not an easy thing to get through. But I was going through the other day, and just last year I ended up 17 acquaintances and friends that I've lost in the last 2 years. 17. I guess that's one advantage or disadvantage of old age.
Well,
what we should do? We should do one more
seminar
in Palm Springs. It's easy to get there. And we could do a 2-day seminar like we usually do with live trading and you teaching and stuff. Boy, I think that'd be fun to do. Let's put that on the back burner, okay? Because, people can get there relatively easily, and the weather's there is great. The hotels are pretty nice. You up for that? Do you think that'd be something to do?
Absolutely. I think that would be dynamite.
Yeah, we do 2 days of live trading. Maybe come in on a Monday or a Sunday and do a little bit on Sunday, and then 2 days of live trading on Monday and Tuesday. Let's think about that, okay? Maybe we get enough people. 15 people would probably be able to do it. I remember we did one in Tucson back in 93. And that's when crude oil hit $11 after being as high as 42. And I remember Mark was in the room there, and he said, if you can't buy this, you can't buy anything, because there's all kinds of patterns, and it was $11. It was on sale for 75 cents on the dollar. So anyway, that's one of the memories that I had from that level. So anyway, how's your book coming, by the way? Is it finally finished?
Hey, I was working on it yesterday. I was at the sheriff's station, and in between briefings with the deputies, I was furiously typing away, and it's taking good shape. So give me about another month. That's it. But it's coming to, as Mark took a long time to put his books together. I'm not as fussy as he is. Let's be honest. Okay, I'm not going to take 3 months to work on one sentence, but the more I read it, the more I'm adding into it. So it's gonna be really good when it's done. So we're getting there.
Well,
we are
I'm
getting.
Sure, it is. All right, listen. Thanks for joining us. We'll have you on in a couple of weeks. Okay, if you see something you want to talk to us about, just give me a jingle. We'll put you on the air. Okay. Okay,
sounds good, Larry.
You bet.
Take care.
Thank you, Paula T, folks. Paula Tomasini Webb Douglas. Hold on one second. Let's get get our charts back up here, and we'll see what's going on in the world. And I'll put gotta get the entire screen up here. There's what we are. Give me a break here. We're going to go through a couple quick charts here. This is Microsoft. You see we had a whole bunch of patterns down here. It's a Dow stock, and it's having a little rally. Look at this. It went from 560 down to 390, folks. So it's oversold by quite a bit. That's why we're getting the rally. Look at Goldman Sachs. Folks, the Dow Jones, I see the Dow Jones just turned positive, but I don't know how it cannot be up, because look, you got Goldman Sachs, the number one stock in the Dow, the most expensive. It's up 14 points. If you look at Caterpillar, it's making new highs. It's up another 7 points. These things should be going a lot higher. Based on that, there must be a lot of the Dow stocks that are getting hit, because that's keeping it down, just turned negative again, so who knows. Anyway, that's what we're watching here this morning. Let's take a quick look where we were here. Get rid of this. I showed you NVIDIA already out of the way here. There's Apple earnings coming out. Their products or something that they've got going on there, and we'll move that out of the way, move Goldman Sachs out of the way, and move that out of the way. Well, not everybody. Most people asked me, the fact that I made this big prediction, which was very similar to this one right here. It's exactly the same, folks. It's upside down version right here. I said on March 5th, 2009, the market will have the best rally in 70 years. And it went from 2009, and it's still making new highs. And I should have said, expect the Dow Jones to go up 1,618 days and get out on
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direction. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direction.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, you can see the NASDAQ is still quite bullish. The last little pullback here, it dropped 100 and some points, 150 points. It stopped exactly at the 382. Until it goes below that, there's nothing to be negative about. It's not very far away, but it can. All right. There's something I hear. Now I heard the beep. There you go. No chart. That makes sense. I'm sorry. You know what I got to do? I'm sorry. I'm too sorry. It's just a second. First thing I got to do is go to the Tiger TV thing, and then I can put the chart in, and then it'll work. Bear with me here. Get in entire scene up there. That's where we are. Move that up here. I think it's working now. Al, is that correct? Hear your little tinkle, bing, your little. There you go. Let me see if that's the right one to look at here, and we'll see if it's correct. So bear with me. No, still no chart. Oh, shucks. Well, let me try it again. Oh, we have it. All right, that's good. All right, so that one's taken care of. Now, these are just like what I'm doing in silver and all the other things. I'm just looking at these things repeating over and over again. I just show you that the same thing I do every day, no matter whatever it is. That's what I'm looking for, those little retracement patterns. And it was like this one. See that? It's just repeating it again. It repeats over and over again in all these things. Let's go over to something we really know, and that is the old cattle market. Let's see if we're getting any bearish implications here in cattle, because everybody wants to buy some cattle. We're going to look at April cattle here today and see. It's been didn't do very much. We got up to the 786 a couple days ago. That's with those big swings that we had. Let's move that up here, and we'll bring it up here. Okay, there's the cattle that we've done here last few days. Today is really, we had a little bit of a rally here, but it was above the 382, not really much to go on. The thing that's scary, and there's your 618, but when you see a move like this, folks, in one day where it opens, down here and then rallies up, boy, that's a big deal. And then what does it do? It makes an ABCD here. So we're still moving down. Remember, this was the most bullish cattle report in the history of cattle. That one right there. And after that, you see it made new lows on the month. and that's rallied, so it's not acting well. Good news and bad action. So I'm not afraid of being short cattle. Well, you always put the stop in and use ABCDs. That's really what I try to do. Whenever I get into trouble, I go to my go-to pattern, folks, is the 3-drive pattern, because that is the one that is by far the best of all. And I believe I focused on that in the get that out of the way here. Got to get back into this. Give me a second here, and I will. I know what I got to do. Get rid of this, and we'll go to the. This is my best chart. This is everything that I work on, folks. Absolutely everything. There's the last 2 months. There's drive 1. There's drive 2. There's drive 3. Now we've got the high as right there. 503.20. It's been the high so far in the Dow Jones, and it's trading at 503, 502, 501 something right now. So that's what I'm looking at. You've got everything. This is a perfect 3-drive to a pattern. You got all the astrology stuff lined up and coming in. There's your one right there. All that stuff is lined up right now, and we're going to find out whether it's going to work or not. You got to give it a couple days. Because first of all, for 2 reasons. One, it's not running away, and the second reason is that it's a big one. I mean, fact is, I can't even think of one that didn't work. I know that's silly, but that's it. Now you can see a lot of these stocks that we're watching on these things are the emerging markets, the DAX, the FTSE. All of them. They're all the NASDAQ, the Japanese market made a slightly higher high because there was an election and it jumped off. But the Japanese yen, the trading, the currency didn't react very much. Look, I was really surprised. Let's get because I'm bearish that dollar versus the yen. We'll get this up here. You can see the big move down. See that? That's a big move. There's your 786. And that should be roaring, and it didn't do that. So that's another reason to think, wow, that didn't react nice. See, there was almost a try to sell it right there, but it didn't get filled, and then it drops, a couple hundred points, which is $2,000. And then on the way back this morning, you can see it stopped almost exactly at the exact 382. So the 786 and 382. So this is where the battle is being played here in the Japanese yen. But overall, this doesn't. This should be soaring with the stock market going up like that. This should be running to the moon, and the moon is a little out of sight right now. So we want to watch that one. 2 other stocks people have asked me about that are in the news quite a bit. One is Taiwan Semiconductor. And we'll see how it's doing. Oh, there's why the NASDAQ is so strong. Shut the front door and raise their hand. Yeah, look at that. Remember the Goldman Sachs thing came out right there? Wow, they've really moved it now. That's almost up to, I think it was 400 was the pattern. See, this is a big move, folks. Off of that was probably an exact 382. That's why the NASDAQ is so doggone strong today. Yes, sir. Now, there was your 382, and boy, that does look nothing bearish about that. So that one, let me see, put the weekly up, but I don't think it makes a whole lot of difference. No, it's still going. It's got that island reversal there. And it'll probably fill that, but probably not in my lifetime. So anyway, that's one of the reasons why the NASDAQ is so very, very strong this morning. Okay, we got the Dow is up 28 now. S&P is 69.90, so we're in the ballpark to close above it. But remember, we got to give it when they all start making new highs, then that's going to confirm that this pattern that I've seen so many times is not going to work. And when I will try to go in, but the trouble is all that data died when Twentyman died, and they're having a memorial for Jim here on Wednesday. He was a big biker, and they have a big park there in Morro Bay, and they're going to have a Jim Twentyman memorial park, a plaque put up with his picture of his $20,000 bike that he had, and a nice picture and everything. It's a real tribute to him. He rode his bike about 100 miles a week and died at 78, setting on an exercise cycle. And he had had some really bad heart problems, but he didn't know until the autopsy came. So sure miss him. Boy, oh boy. You know what? This is going to be, it's 2 full years now. Wow. Wow, 2 years already. Holy cow. Holy cow. The 17th, yeah, the 17th will be 2 years. Son of a gun. All right, we're going to take a little break here, I think. Let's see how much time I go. We'll be on the break, and then we'll be right back. Okay?
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, people ask me why I've been bullish silver and gold here. Folks, it's just because of the way that the market's acting. You had the big breakdown. That's a 20% break. I mean, 20% break in a market, that's like COVID or something, right? And that hurt a lot of people. Hell, was in the news everywhere. You know, they raised the margin from 20,000 to 50,000. I think it's still 45,000. Yeah, it is 45,000 today. Now, you notice the slope of this line right here tells you that's the way it's going. You see how it's following along that slope? That usually means, you see how this, it's going to repeat itself right up here, and that would be right at the 78% level. Well, it's got to get through 618 and also 1.618 to get there. So watch this area right here. This is an hourly chart. Just to show you, blow it up and you'll see. There's your hourly chart. There was nothing there. There's a great deal of support coming in, folks. There's your number right here. So if we get below 49.85, that would be the first sign that we're probably going to get another move down. And believe me, we could easily do that, just to show you how easy it could be to have a big move down. There's your level right here. You go down to the 382, which would be right there. And there's your number. There's your number right there. You see that? And you could drop $200 an ounce right there at the 382 and still be looking at 53.75 in gold. That's how bullish it is. Do you follow what I'm saying? And that's what these things are for. They are predictive, as Andrew Lowe said, to some extent. So if we break below that number here, we're going to come down to here, most probably, and then we still got a chance at that. So I'm just showing you what I see from looking at history. That's basically it. All I can say is give it a couple times here. We got a break here. So love you guys. See you on the flip side. Tomorrow we got none other than our good friend Bob Miner.
Steve Rhodes started